All right, let's get right into it. Today, we're gonna break down something that feels super complicated to a lot of people, building some serious wealth. We're gonna uncover the simple math that could actually unlock a seven-figure future for you. So when you hear the phrase seven-figure wealth, what pops into your head? For most of us, it just sounds impossible, right? Like something that's only for tech founders or people who win the lottery. But what if that's wrong? What if the path to getting there is way more straightforward than we've all been led to believe? And that's where this key idea comes in, straight from the source material we're looking at. We're about to bust the huge myth that you need some massive, complex business to get rich. The truth, well, it's a lot simpler and honestly, way more within reach. Okay, let's really dig into this myth. We're constantly bombarded with this idea that personal finance is this scary world filled with jargon and super complex strategies. It's almost like it's designed to be intimidating, to make you think you need some fancy degree just to handle your own money. But that's just not the case. So what if we just peeled all that complexity away? Forget the confusing charts and all the Wall Street lingo for a second. Because when you get right down to it, there's no secret club or handshake for wealthy people. There's just one single fundamental equation that runs the whole show. And this right here is the heart of it all. It's not about some high-level calculus or tricky theories. Building wealth is about simple arithmetic. Seriously, it's the foundation that everything else is built on. And all that simple math, it revolves around this one concept, net worth. This is it. This is the real scoreboard for your financial health. It's not about your paycheck or what kind of car you drive. It's just what you own minus what you owe. That's the number, the one you really need to focus on. And here's the formula, simple as can be. This is the wealth equation. Assets minus liabilities equals your net worth. Every single financial move you make is either making your assets bigger or your liabilities smaller. Once you get this, it's like having a compass that always points you toward wealth. So if that's the big equation, we gotta understand the two sides of it, right? These two forces are constantly pulling in opposite directions. Getting rich, when you boil it all down, is about knowing the difference between the two and then playing the game to win. You know, this might be the single most important financial lesson anyone can learn. And it's so incredibly simple. An asset puts money in your pocket, a liability takes money out of your pocket. That's it. Everything you buy or own fits into one of these two buckets. So what are we talking about when we say assets? Well, we're talking about things that work for you, even when you're sleeping. Things like stocks that pay you dividends, or a rental property that brings in cash every month, a business that turns a profit. These are things that are actively putting money into your accounts. And then you've got the other side of the coin, liabilities. These are the things that are constantly draining your money. Think high-interest credit cards, car payments, student loans. And yeah, by this definition, even the mortgage on the house you live in. Now, that one might surprise you. Sure, the house might go up in value, but the mortgage itself is a liability because every single month it takes money out of your pocket. Okay, so the theory is great, right? But what does this look like in the real world? How do we actually do this? Well, let's walk through a super simple blueprint that literally anyone can use to start building their net worth. Here it is, just 4 steps. First things first, you gotta know where you're starting from. So, step 1, list out every single asset you have. Retirement accounts, stocks, your car, whatever. Then, step 2, do the same for your liabilities. Student loans, car payments, credit card debt, get it all down on paper. Okay, now the game begins. Your entire financial life now has 2 goals. Step 3, find ways to strategically grow that asset list. And step 4, find ways to systematically attack and shrink that liability list. It's not about one magical move, it's a clear, focused plan. And this is such a great way to visualize it. This could be your starting line. Your mission, every single month, is to make that asset bar taller and that liability bar shorter. You start seeing your paycheck differently. It's not just money to spend, it's a tool you use to change the size of these 2 bars. And that gap growing between them, that's your net worth, that's your wealth, building up in real time. It turns it into a motivating visual game. So when you put it all together, what we're really talking about here is a total shift in how you think. You stop just chasing a bigger paycheck for the sake of it, and you start focusing on growing the one number that actually matters, your net worth. And this right here is the absolute truth. You have to get the whole idea of a lucky break out of your head. Building real, lasting wealth isn't a sprint, it's a marathon. It's what happens when you apply this simple math over and over again through thousands of small, smart decisions. Okay, so let's boil this all down. If you walk away with just 3 things, make it these. First, your net worth is your new North Star. Second, always ask yourself, is this putting money in my pocket or taking it out? And third, just be consistent. Keep growing those assets and shrinking those liabilities. So I'll leave you with this one final thought. A question, really. This isn't about some 5-year plan or a distant dream. Looking at your life right now, with everything you have and everything you know, what's one asset, even a small one, that you can start building